Welcome pre-algebra to lesson 5.4, forming linear equations to solve problems. Beginning on page 125, going through page 128. See a funny looking 8 there because it actually started off as a 7 and I fixed it. Pretty good, I might say. In today's lesson, we are going to think back to the days when we drew bar models to solve story problems. We can still do that, however, the problems are getting increasingly more complicated. So we are going to take all our knowledge that we gain from using bar models and put it into these steps because we're ready for this transition of thinking. So write these steps down. The steps to solve problems with linear equations. Number 1, read the question carefully and identify the unknown quantity. You got to know what you're looking for. You got to know what question they're asking for you to solve. Then, once you figure that out, number 2, use a letter to represent the unknown quantity x. You can use any letter, but most often it is x. Once you know that, once you know what x stands for, number 3, you can express all other quantities that you are given in the problem in terms of x. Afterwards, number 4, you form an equation based on the given information. 5, of course, you would just solve that equation. You solve for x. And then number 6, write down the answer with a label or a statement, depending on the situation or how the question is asked. So let's go ahead and put all this together. Excuse me. Again, you can pause the video if you need to get those steps down. Those steps are important, so make sure they're all down before you go on to try it 13. But here we are, try it 13. The problem states at the bottom of 127 that they want us to know that the sum of 3 consecutive integers is 144. Find the integers, so find the 3 numbers because there's 3 of them and they're consecutive. So this is how you do it. With consecutive integers or consecutive odd integers or even integers, whatever it is, x will always be your smallest number. You always got to start small. The next number, since it's consecutive, you just add 1 to it. And of course, the third number is you take your smallest number, and that would be adding 2. So smallest number, the second number, and the third number. We've identified our 3 quantities now. So we can move on to form the equation. So going back with the information, they want the sum. So we're going to add these 3 numbers together. So x plus 1 plus x plus 2 equals 144. At this point, I just solve the equation. So since it's addition, I can line them up any way I want. So I get all my x's together and I get my constants together. So x plus x plus 1 plus 2 is 144. Now I combine like quantities. There's 3 of these, so it's 3x. And 1 plus 2 is 3, so 3x plus 3 is 144. Now I work to even out my sides. Remembering that I'm working down to x. So the first thing I do is get rid of the extras that are in there. So I'm going to save this for last. To get rid of a positive 3, I just partner it with a negative 3. That eliminates this, leaves me with 3x. 144 minus 3 is 141. Now I further do some calculations to just isolate x. So I'm going to divide through each side by 3. That leaves me with x is 47. Therefore, my answer is x is 47. The next one, x plus 1 is 48. And the third one, x plus 2 is 49. 47, 48, 49. I answer it in a statement because there's no other way to do this because they're just asking for numbers. So I say the numbers are 47, 48, 49, and I just highlight them so I can see them a little quicker. Okay, turning the page to 128, we have a couple more problems to work through. So let's not dally, let's get right to it. Try it 14 asks, or says actually, Mr. Taylor is 4 times as old as his son. 4 years ago, the sum of their ages was 37 years. Find the son's present age. So they want us to find the son's present age, so that will be X. In the problem, it says Mr. Taylor is 4 times as old as his son. So Mr. Taylor's present age is 4X. Now, 4 years ago, though, would be the son's age minus 4, and it would be Mr. Taylor's present age minus 4. So 4 years ago, this is what it looks like. So I had to actually do 2 setups here, present ages and 4 years ago ages, because it tells me what 4 years ago the sum of their ages were. So I'm going to take Mr. Taylor's age, 4X minus 4, plus the son's age, X minus 4, and these are the 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, this totaled 37. So now I'm just going to remove all of the parentheses, and I'm going to gather my x's, 4x and positive x, and my integers, which is a -4 here and a -4 there. Those equal 37. So combining my x's, I have 5x. Combining my constants, I have -8 equals 37. Okay. This point, I start working down. So to get rid of my -8, remember I'm working towards x, but I need to get rid of that extra stuff first. So to get rid of the -8, I do the opposites. So I include +8 on both sides. That eliminates that on this side. I'm left with 5x, and 37 changes to 45. And of course, I divide through by 5 and find that x equals 9. So the son's present age, therefore, is 9 years old, because I got rid of all that stuff. X is always the present age, so he's 9. And that's all they asked for, so I don't have to tell you what the dad's age is, but I could easily do that if they wanted to know that too. Since they don't ask, I'm not going to give it to them. No way, Jose. All right, going on. Try it 15. Here we go. Try it 15 says in the book, here we go, I'll just line up here a little bit. The price of a book is $1 more than twice the price of a pen. The total price of 5 books and 4 pens is $47. Find the price of a pen and of a book. Now, as you're listening to this, you might be copying all this information down and not listening to the problem. You need to listen to this. You need to read it so all of what you're copying down makes sense. So please pause, rewind, and re-listen so that when I cut you loose in a minute to do it on your own, you are able to do it with success. So going back, the price of a book is $1 more than twice the price of a pen. From that statement, I know the pen is the lowest of the two, lowest cost of the two. So that's going to be my X. X is going to be the price of the pen. Plus, they put the wording of the book price in terms of the price of the pen. So it's twice the price of the pen, so 2x and $1 more. So 2x plus 1 is the price of the book. Together, the total price of 5 books and 4 pens is $47. So I take 5 books, 5 times the 2x plus 1, plus 4 of the pens, which is 4x, equals 47. Okay, now I got my setup, and I can work it down to x, which will be the price of the pen. And then once I know that, I can plug it in here, and I'll find the price of the book. So I'm going to first distribute my 5. 5 times 2x is 10x. 5 times +1 is +5, plus 4x equals 47. I combine my x's. So 10x, +4x is 14x, plus 5 is 47. I even out my sides. To eliminate +5, I go -5, which is -5 over here. So this goes away. I have 14x, 47 minus 5. And remember, if it helps you to do this, so you know what you're doing by the time you get over there, please do. So I got 14x equals 42. Now I'm going to divide through by 14. So x is 3. You might have to work that off to the side. You could use your calculator, but it's so simple you probably should just be doing it so your brain doesn't turn to mush. So go ahead and do that. So x is the price of the pen, and therefore the price of the pen is $3. I take 3, I plug it back into the 2x plus 1, which is 2 times 3 plus 1, which is 6 plus 1, which is 7. Therefore, the price of the book is $7. And there you have it, the lesson in a nutshell. Rewatch this as often as you need to. You might need to pause, read the problems, consider, see how we came up with what we did in order to solve these problems. Then your assignment for today is page 129, numbers 1 through 6. And there you go. Have good math. Ask questions if you run into some situations you just don't understand. Thank you. And like I said before, do good math.